Today, I want to share with you a great example of how you can take a simple card trick and really dress it up, really raise it to another level of interest and amazement just by adding a simple little prop. Some interesting little prop, something that takes it out of the ordinary card tricks and sort of starts putting it into kind of a minor miracle category. All right? So you shuffle the cards. Always a nice way to start. Any trick cards are shuffled. All right? Very fair. Straight up. Say, of course, I want you to note off the top here, the cards are all different. They can see they're all different. You say, we're going to do something very strange with the card, but you're going to choose the card. Say stop whenever you want. They say stop. You cut the pack where they say stop. What do we got? We got the Queen of Clubs. Say, okay, now I'm going to try something with the Queen, but it doesn't always work. Every now and then I screw this up terribly, okay? So there's one other thing I want to get, and we're going to add to it. Where is it here? Oh, yeah, there we go. Right here. We've got our yoo-hoo stick. This is a glue stick. We might need this in a moment. You hand that to the spectator. Keep it on camera for now, though. So you say, what have we done? We went through the cards. You know they're all different. You stopped at one, and this is going to be our victim. Our Queen of Clubs is going to be the victim. Watch. Just like this, and take the Queen. Watch very carefully. Tear the Queen in half. Now here's the cool part. Watch. I just give two halves a little wiggle like this, and impossibly they fuse back together. So once again, the Queen is a solid. I told you we might need that glue stick to make this trick work. Now I could do another trick. I could just do like this and change the Queen into a king. But that still leaves us with a question. Where's your Queen? Now, you might be thinking the Queen, somehow I did some sort of secret switch, and the Queen is still in the deck somewhere. They can go through every card in the pack, and they'll find the Queen of Clubs is not in the deck. All the cards can be examined, which only leaves us back with the glue stick. And the spectator held that from the very beginning. What's really cool here is when they take the cap off, they see inside is not glue, and when they turn this, or you could turn this so that everybody in the room can have their eyes fall out of their heads at the same time, but they can see up comes a card. And as we know by now with magic tricks, it's not just any card. It is, in fact, the Queen of Clubs. So there is so much about this trick I love. And as always, there's only a great magic trick doesn't have 54 different kinds of magic moments or 12 or 8. Just a couple. Clear impossibilities. I've mentioned this theory before where, wonder happens in people's minds when they add 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 4. What? It should be 3, but it's 4. It's very clear and it's undeniable, just like simple math. So I'm going to explain the secrets to you in just a second on this trick. Today, let me just jump in. Every week I ask on my channel a question of the week, and then you get a chance to win a prize. All right, so what's the question today? The question is going to be, I'm also going to announce the winners of last week's Hoodlum. Hoodlum is this cool trick of mine where you can do a sort of a cut and restored rope and a whole bunch of other things with the cord from your own hoodie. So I announce the winners in just a second. But the question of the week for this week is for a trick of mine called ACE, A-C-E. Any card to envelope. Any card to envelope. They can name any card. They can pick and sign any card. And possibly it ends inside the envelope. So here's the question. Oh, this is a crazy one. So we all know Hocus Pocus. We all know Abracadabra. I bet we can name one or two other ones. But tell me, if you were a magician, okay, and you did a magic trick and you waved your hand and you had to say a magic word other than Abracadabra and Hocus Pocus, what magic word would you use? Now, bonus points for being creative. Come up with something shocking, silly, rude, clever, whatever, okay? So leave a comment down below and share with me a magic word that I probably haven't heard before, okay? No cliches. That you'll automatically be entered into the contest for your chance to win ACE, any card to envelope. Now, let's look at this cool thing. This combines a bunch of different kinds of principles, okay? So first, you need, not one of the small. The small won't work, okay? You need one of the bigger glue sticks, okay? It doesn't have to be Yoo-Hoo brand, but pretty much anything where you turn it, it comes up. And what I've done here is I've taken a Queen. In this case, to make that fit, I fold it in half, and I curl it around, and it goes down inside. You got to kind of curl it pretty tight. And then, of course, what you got to do is when you get that in its spot, is you press down and reverse turning this. Reverse, reverse, reverse until it is out of sight. Now notice the theater on this. This is why this works so well. If you were to start a magic trick and just hand this to somebody, it's like, even though it makes sense in the end with the torn restore, it's nice to have to start saying, I've tried this before and messed it up. That's interesting. Oh, so he's going to share a trick with us that rather than, hey, I'm smooth, this never fails, and how you doing, I'm so smooth and cool. This is a trick I sometimes screw up. It's like, oh, okay, he sometimes screws this up. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting that he's sharing it with us. It's kind of fun. I wouldn't use this as an opening trick, but obviously not as a closing trick either. This is all prepared. This is my right pants pocket, okay? Now, there's lots of ways you're going to ditch a playing card, and there's lots of ways to do it. Palming and in your card case. If you're working at, there's a case off to the side, you got your performance case, but I'll show you the way I did, all right? So I'm also going to need a queen of clubs, a duplicate queen of clubs. I'm a big fan. Magicians get obsessed with having everything signed card, signed this. I think there's a lot to be said for it. It engages people, and it's the next level of impossibility. However, if you're using duplicate cards, and as long as they can go through the pack if they want and not find the duplicate, I still think duplicates are extremely strong, okay? Very, very strong. So, this starts off on the bottom of the pack. That means I can do a false shuffle. So I start by doing this false shuffle here. And here we go, just a simple false shuffle. This has got to be one of the most natural-looking false shuffles in the entire world. This is the way most lay people shuffle a card, okay? And all I'm doing is gently, if you see from behind here, applying gentle pressure with the tips of my left fingers. And look what happens here. Every time I'm sort of squeezing with the thumb and the fingers, it means the top card and the bottom card are both kept in place as I shuffle, okay? Just the fingers holding it on the bottom. But from the front, I mean, boom. That looks exactly like an ordinary shuffle. But boy, it's a great control. And you can do this with a selected card or a card you're about to force, right? Next, what am I going to do now? So the next thing I'm going to do is I've shuffled the cards. I'm going to turn the cards over and give them a cut. The reason why I'm going to turn them over and give them a quick cut, and I'm going to keep a little break. Keeping what's called a pinky break just above the Queen of Clubs. All right, so it's on the bottom. Turn my hands over. I don't want them to see it though. I don't want to turn over the deck like this. I want to just, what I'm going to do is turn over and what's called wrist kill as I come up. Or you could turn it over rather than side to side. You could turn it over end to end as you come. That way there's no chance. And so you turn from here up to here. Now I'm going to cut the cards. I'm using a kick cut with my finger, okay? A kick cut with my finger off to the side. Take it, top half there. And then it looks like you complete the cut, especially because I spread right into the card saying you can see they're all different. But what I did is I kept a break between the two packets with my pinky. Okay. Now, if you keep a tiny, tiny break, they're not going to see any. And again, magicians notice things that lay people never notice, okay? They're not going to see a little line across the front if you keep a tiny break. But even if you keep a big break, okay? But what I want to do is as soon as I turn them over and spread, they can't see any break, okay? And I'm keeping the break. Then when I square up the cards, the moment I start to square them up, I'm going to let my fingers at the front linger, okay? Just to make sure. So and this is when I start to riffle down. Now this is the classic riffle force, but I've seen a lot of younger magicians perform it not as deceptively as you could. One of the keys to this, notice if I say stop, okay? And I just cut to the break, it can be deceptive, all right? But notice maybe they see that 4 of diamonds and now it's a queen. Or maybe they see I've only got down this and all of a sudden you're lifting much more. So tilt it back towards yourself, say stop whenever you want. And when they say cut, when they say now, move everything down for a second as you peel this off. This is the visual misdirection that makes it literally impossible for them to see something they shouldn't see. You can go all the way down near the bottom and again you're there, okay? So you just say stop wherever you want. They say stop. You go down and cut. Okay? You don't want to make it suspicious. It's part of the cutting action. Right? What do we got here? The Queen of Clubs. Okay. Now, I tell them right off the top, I'm going to try something with the Queen of Clubs, and sometimes I don't get this right. I make a mess, okay? And that's when I do my switch. The switch I'm doing is just a second deal, okay? But it's an easy one. It's not that they're burning the pack. They see this, not that they're looking at it. I'm going to kick this off. And I'm going to just hit this, okay? So it's here and it's coming out. It's that simple. But notice this action of coming up. Lots of cover, okay? I'm here. The fingers can cover. They see the back of the hand. There's nothing to see as I peel this off, okay? But it is nice to draw attention. Remember, magic is about mountains and valleys, mountains and valleys. The mountain is when they're burning, when they've got pure focus on an object. The valley is when they're slightly misdirected, when they're looking you in the eyes, they're turned to their friend and saying, man, I hope we can get a refund for this show. That kind of thing, okay? So here I'm saying Queen of Clubs. Okay, I'm going to try something. And every now and then I get this wrong. I do. And so I've taken off the card beneath it. I'm using it as a gesture. People will swear in their mind's eye that you kind of took the queen off while they were still looking at it and then turned it over like this. It's super casual. So don't make a big deal of it, right? Deck goes down like this. Say, I'm going to try something like this, or actually, I'll show you why the deck should still be in your hand. You're doing this. Now try something. You put it down there with the Queen of Clubs so they can see the queen. You've taken it off. Everything's fair. Say, and you're still saying, I've tried this before, but might need your help because when I've made a mess of this before, I actually needed one more thing. As I always say, don't ever go to your pockets, okay, even in this situation, without leading them with a line like, there's one more thing I need. I go to both hands. I don't know if it's in the left or right pocket. I really don't know. I mean, we often don't know. Okay, I know it's here, but I'm saying it's like, I've got perfect reason for the left hand to go into the pants pocket here, the right hand to go to the pants pocket here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I take this out. All focus is here. And people would swear I never even put the deck in my pocket. Okay? And what did I do there? Well, the queen was left on the bottom of the deck, so all I did is I thumbed it off and left it in the pocket when I came forward with this. Okay? Now, this situation, as you guys know who watch my videos every week, is that this is a situation I love because they think the trick is really about to start. He's got the card. We might need that, but the trick is done. It's already over. The duplicate queen's in here. I've switched in for an indifferent card. Now, there's a million different things you can do with the indifferent card, okay? Lots of different kinds of things, because basically you're going to show that the queen has vanished, right? But this is where I do the tear, and I want to tell you why I do the tear. But first, let me jump in here. Hoodlum winners from last week, you guys won. Matt Harris, you won. Sheena, S-H-Y-N-A-B, you won. Daniel Petry, P-I-E-T-R-Y-Ga, Petraga, you know what I mean. David Gloss, Serge Morris, Tyler Griffiths, Rick Rondina, and it's R-H-I-C, Rondina, Jonathan Snow, George Hunt, Newcastle Ninja, you won. M. Guerra, G-U-E-R-R-A 79, you won. And finally, Sam Sherman, with a whole bunch of U's in there. You so impressive. You won too. You guys won. Make sure to send an email to my team at contact@SankeyMagic. Say, hey, what's up? Here's my real name. Here's my YouTube name if they're different. Here's my shipping address. Send me my darn. I won Hoodlum, so send it to me, and they'll send it right out the door. All right? Okay, now we're here. We're so far ahead. The glue. What are they going to maybe do with the glue? So, what you could do here is just say, I'm going to try this. We'll see. Actually, when you think about it, a glue stick's a little like a magic wand. I mean, where do you wave it? Things get sticky. Weirdness. I know. So he's a weird superpower. Captain Sticky. Sorry. You could say to them, just wave it over the card and see what happens. I'm going to make the card vanish. Can we make the card vanish? Can we make the card... Oh, hey, you did make the card vanish. Boom. Okay. But I do like the idea of... Now, I know a bunch of you don't want to tear your cards. I do think this is very cool, though, when you can take the queen, okay, in full view. Nothing in your hands. They see you tear the queen in half. They see a wiggle, and you say, look, it's restored, and boy, it makes sense of the glue stick, right? Wiggle, and now you can see, you could tear it into smaller pieces, even like this. Say, look, now it's concealed in your hand. Boom, like this, going to make the pieces come back. Oh, that didn't work very well. Okay, well, let's see if we can at least make the queen vanish. Go ahead, wave, they wave, and we did make it vanish. But now, my one piece of advice for you on this is do not leave these on the table unless you're planning to restore them, because you're always going to have some spectator who even after that cool trick is going to go, well, what about this? Can you put the pieces back together, right? Which is why if you're going to do the tear, I think the thing to do is show the shocking change. I mean, that's an amazing trick. A card that they chose in full view transformed in your bare hands. It's a great trick, okay? But when you do that, say, oh, well, never mind about that. So, last question for you here, and that is this. Do you reveal this, then that the queen isn't there, or that and then that? I think you'd reveal that last, but some people would go the other way. Okay, but I like the idea of just in case you might be thinking that I somehow switch cards. So remember, they think nothing special is going to happen with this. It's been in full view or in someone's hand from the beginning. That's what makes this so powerful. Then you can go through and say, you might have thought I got it in here, and you can go one by one through the cards. Now, nobody is thinking, I think the Queen of Clubs is going to appear inside the glue stick. Okay, no, a magician is, nobody else. So you don't have to rush this, okay? They have no idea that after that amazing change or vanish of the card, there's anything else coming, just in case. They think you're just sort of selling the trick after the fact. They have no idea you create a little valley for this crazy mountain. Then they finish. You can say, wait a second. Now, like I said in my presentation to you guys initially, if I'm just doing this for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 people, I'll have them open it. Okay, I think it's so magical. Look inside. And then I'll say, just go ahead and turn that. Because they'll go, oh my God, they show it to each other. This is the key image of the whole thing. This is the most important image, that they see something was inside there. Because after you take it out, they only have the memory. Okay, but you want to make sure they can see that. Okay? But if I'm working for, and I've done this trick at let's say a business meeting, okay? Just sort of break the ice or do something there. I've done this, and I've done it for maybe 15 people, max 15 people. And there I always handle the proceedings. I make sure I lean in, everybody can see. I open this up. The fact that there's a card in here is weird enough. Remember that. Okay, don't rush through. These are all weird magic moments. The fact that there's a card in there, they've never seen this image in their lives. Turning it up comes a card. But the fact that it's actually their Queen of Clubs, and you just, that's crazy. That's a crazy, crazy trick. Last thing I want to mention to you is, when's the last time you subscribed to my newsletter? I got a weekly newsletter. I often share tips about performance, about creativity, some of the psychology of magic, always mentioning to some big promotion I got going on where you can save a bunch of money, get some cool magic. So to sign up for my free weekly newsletter, just go to sankeymagic.com. Go to the bottom of the page, the landing page at Sankey Magic, put your email right in the little sign-up box, and you are good to go. I'll leave a link down below to Sankey Magic. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget the question of the week. I want you to have a chance to win Ace, any card in envelope. If you had to use a magic word, you're a magician, you're going to use a magic word. It can't be abracadabra, can't be hocus pocus. It's got to be something original and crazy. If it's really crazy, something weird, something insane, something that doesn't make any sense, something that wins you hopefully a magic prize. Boy, he's getting a lot of wrinkles.